Jesse never imagined his Tuesday morning would kick off with a Prius crashing through a cactus, a woman in a sun visor shrieking about non-compliant livestock, and his ribs being introduced to an iron gate over a handmade sign that read, "Welcome to Sagebrush Hollow." But there he was, sun blazing above, grit in his boots, and Linda, a clipboard-wielding storm in human form, on the warpath like she was about to declare martial law over some cow pasture. It had started innocently enough. Jesse was fixing the ranch's front sign, hammer in one hand, coffee thermos in the other, when he heard the distinct sound of tires chewing up gravel. He looked up to see a beige Prius weaving down the road like it was dodging ghosts. His face fell. Only one person in the entire county drove like that and still believed she had jurisdiction over private land. Linda. She screeched to a halt 10 feet from the gate and launched out like a vulture with a vendetta. Her visor was askew, her lipstick warlike, and her energy screamed, "I'm here to ruin someone's peace. You can't just erect signage without proper architectural approval," she barked, arms flailing like a conductor of chaos. Jesse blinked. "Ma'am, this is a ranch, not a subdivision. The only architectural feature we got is a leaning barn." But Linda was already storming forward, clipboard bobbing against her chest like a badge of false honor. "I'm the acting president of this area's HOA, and I'm here to enforce the bylaws." "What bylaws?" Jesse asked, genuinely baffled. "Ain't no HOA out here. Just dirt and livestock. Pretty sure the only rule is don't annoy the bull." Linda's face turned beet red. She whipped out a laminated sheet that looked like it had been faxed, photocopied, then laminated out of sheer paranoia. Section 7B states that signage visible from the road must be approved by the aesthetic committee. The aesthetic committee? You and your dog voting over brunch. Jesse chuckled. That was the tipping point. With an indignant grunt, Linda pulled out her phone to snap a picture of the sign. Jesse stepped in front of it, smirking. She shoved him with both hands. He stumbled, hit the gate hard, his thermos thudding into the dirt. It didn't hurt as much as it shocked him. Had he really just been body-checked by a self-appointed HOA president? Linda gasped, like maybe she hadn't meant to go that far. But she quickly doubled down. Interfering with an officer of neighborhood compliance is a serious offense. Jesse brushed dust off his jeans. "Lady, you're one clipboard away from getting sued into next week." Just then, the ranch door creaked open like a scene from a western. The dogs barked once, then silence. Out stepped a broad-shouldered man in full sheriff's uniform, sunglasses on, coffee mug in hand. Sheriff Clay didn't say anything at first. He just stared. Linda opened her mouth, closed it, then tried again. "Sheriff, I was just, preventing a code violation." "Is this your property, ma'am?" Clay asked. "Well, no, but because you just laid hands on my son. On my land." The silence that followed could have frozen lava. Jesse leaned against a fence post, smiling. Linda clutched her clipboard like a life vest. "I thought he was a trespasser," she sputtered. "I've lived here since birth," Jesse said. "My crib had stirrups and hay." Linda took a step back. "Well, if I overstepped, it's only because I care about the neighborhood's safety and standards." "We live 15 miles from the nearest stop sign," Clay replied. "If you want standards, maybe move closer to a cul-de-sac." Defeated, Linda backed toward her Prius, muttering about community integrity and county leadership. As she drove off, Jesse turned to his dad. "Did I just get assaulted by a fake HOA president on my own ranch?" Clay didn't flinch. "Yep. And she thinks she's got authority over cows." "Maybe." The next morning, 3 identical envelopes appeared in their mailbox. One addressed to Jesse, one to Clay, and one, bizarrely, to their goat Pebbles. Each envelope bore a suspicious emblem and was typed in Comic Sans, entitled Official Notice of Violation. Offenses included excessive dust, improper fencing, and goat behavioral anomalies. Jesse laughed until his coffee spilled. But not everyone in the area was laughing. By noon, he discovered that multiple neighbors had received similar notices. At the hardware store, an old man whispered, "She fined me because my porch swing was too enthusiastic." At the diner, Someone said Linda threatened them over provocative sunflowers. Jesse returned home to find his cousin, Mariah, already deep in research. She waved her laptop like a smoking gun. She made a whole website, Mariah said. Calls it the Home Order Authority. Like it's the FBI, but with gardening tools. The site had bylaws, a hotline that forwarded to Linda's personal number, and membership tiers. Silver, $15 per month, gold, $50, and platinum, $100 with Peacekeeper Patrol. She turned herself into a one-woman mafia, Jesse muttered. Mariah had everything. Screenshots, caches of deleted posts, and a recording of Linda editing the bylaws live. She banned wind chimes yesterday, Mariah noted. Today it's roosters. Tomorrow, probably clouds. The worst part? 9 households had paid in. Some hundreds of dollars in backdated citations. They brought it all to Sheriff Clay, who read through it like he was deciding between jail time or exile. This woman is impersonating an official agency and collecting money illegally, Clay said. Time to shut her fantasy down. But Clay wanted airtight evidence. Real, undeniable proof. So Operation Hollow Hustle was born. Jesse borrowed a battered trailer and set it up nearby with a for sale sign. Enter his alter ego, Dale Brewster, new to town, lover of open skies and ukuleles. Within 24 hours, Linda arrived. Hello, she chirped fake sweet. I'm Linda, president of the Home Order Authority. Welcome. Howdy, Jesse twanged. Name's Dale. Y'all got any rules about hanging hams from trees? Linda launched into her pitch. Jesse feigned curiosity. What if I don't join? He asked. Her smile dropped. Well, let's just say non-members tend to have issues. Lost mail. Missed trash pickup. Animal complaints. Sounds like a threat. It's a warning, she said flatly. Mariah caught everything on camera. Jesse even got a $75 fine for unregulated wind decor. Clay handed it to the county prosecutor the next day. Saturday night, Linda held a mandatory HOA meeting. Jesse, Mariah, and several fired-up neighbors attended. Clay brought 2 deputies. Linda wore a sash reading President of Property Peace and introduced her compliance consultant, a man whose badge belonged to a mall security company. As she proposed fines and policy changes, Jesse stepped forward. Mind if I say a few words? We're mid-policy approvals, Linda snapped. Then consider this a legal intervention, Clay said. Mariah fired up the projector. Slide after slide exposed Linda's fraud. The room erupted in outrage. Linda tried to unplug the projector, but was blocked by Deputy Rhodes. Clay read off charges: impersonation, fraud, harassment, extortion. I was trying to help. Linda cried. You find me for garden gnomes, someone yelled. Deputies cuffed Linda as the projector flashed a final slide. A picture of Pebbles the goat in sunglasses. Caption: Free the treasurer. The town cheered. But Jesse wasn't convinced it was over. He was right. 3 days later, fake pamphlets appeared accusing Clay of corruption. Then came a cease and desist letter from a bogus law firm. Clay burned it in the fire pit. But it all culminated Friday at sunset. A small convoy pulled up. Linda, now leading a group called Citizens for Order, demanded a citizen inspection. Jesse faced them down at the gate. This is private property. Leave, Linda declared. That goat stared at a child. That goat thinks she's people, Jesse replied. Things turned tense until the ranch door creaked. Out walked Clay, slow and steady. Linda, he said, this ends now. You violated laws, harassed folks, and accused livestock of psychological warfare. Enough. One by one, her supporters slipped away. Linda glared. This isn't over. Yeah, Jesse said, it is. That night, a real estate investigator pulled into the driveway. We've had complaints about HOA fraud in this area, the man said. Clay offered him a seat. Jesse sipped a sweet tea, leaned back, and said, at least this time, we're playing by the real rules. And somewhere behind them, Pebbles bleated like justice had just been served.